a dashboard or a BI report is more of a rear view mirror perspective, whereas the intelligence platform is more of a next steps forward looking, decision driving platform. Intelligence platform is able to do the forward thinking recommendation because it is able to bring together all the different dimensions of the front office, middle office, back office. When we say intelligence platform, one of the things that would come to people's mind is I have a BI dashboard. I have a analytics dashboard. Now, how is it different from my analytics dashboard or my BI report to what we are talking about or as an intelligence platform?
Right, right. And that's a very interesting question, Jacob, because we've been speaking about intelligence as an underlying fabric. It's very important to define what that is. And especially when we are talking to larger enterprises where everybody has invested in a BI dashboard, is it, ordering new water, right? So it's important to understand what is, how we are defining intelligence in the age of healthcare. The BI dashboards are very important and they are investments that organizations continue to use, but they explain what has happened. What we are explaining with intelligence and with intelligence platform is not just what has happened, but why it has happened. What are the various reasons that this has happened? Now that this is happening, what are my recommended next steps? So we are not just talking about a what if scenario here. We are talking about a cause. We are talking about a explanation. We are talking about a prediction. We are talking about a next best action, all in the context of starting with questions. So this underlying fabric of intelligence with different personas within an organization can start with questions. So I, as a CFO, can say that, hey, my net realization rate is dropping by 3%, and this is going to have an impact on my budgeted revenue. What can I do now? What are the various causes? Has a state or a market dropped in its revenue? Is it because a payer's behavior has drifted? Is it because my denials have started to grow up? And all of this in the context of not just individual reports where I need to take a decision, but having an intelligence assistant in the background that can take all these data evidence together and give us an explanation. So it is not just another BI dashboard. It is a thinking system that is contextualized to your business. How we like that?
Whoa. Okay. So that's fascinating. So you're saying that a dashboard or a BI report is more of a rear view mirror perspective, whereas the intelligence platform is more of a next steps forward looking, decision driving platform. And let me understand this. So you're saying that the intelligence platform is able to do the forward thinking recommendation because it is able to bring together all the different dimensions of the front office, middle office, back office. Can you go into a little bit on the technical side of how you bring together?
Yeah.
Because what I'm hearing from you is the platform is a dynamic thinking recommendation intelligent platform.
Right.
Now, we also said that the systems and data are very disparate, very fragmented. Can you explain a little bit about how do you go about bringing this together so that the dynamic thinking intelligent platform comes into being?
Got it. Understood. And it's fascinating that you ask this question because when we talk to our customer partners, this is where they start. And one of the things that comes out is, hey, do we have to do a heavy investment in terms of our data integration, right? Does your intelligence need to be embedded within the core platforms like your chronic health records or EMRs, or is it something that you can work outside of it? And that is where I think the intelligence platform redefines that. I'm going back to your question. We work outside of these systems, so we get the data from each of these systems, whether it be a scheduling system, the transactions in the electronic health records, or the practice management system. We get data that is there in the external sources. Like, let's say that there are CBC guidelines that come in to include or exclude a code, or there are these Medicare and Medicaid guidelines that say that, hey, compliance of a particular procedure changes. So all of these are fed in as data evidences to the system. So in the past, we used to build our own data sets in order to get the systems to understand and ask a very specific question and get a response to that question. Thanks to the language models and medically contextualized language models that can be hosted in our own GPUs, we are now able to give feed all of this information to these language models, the medically trained language models, to give personas and have intelligent assistants for that. So I can have an intelligent assistant for a provider in doing a clinical decision making dialogue with the system. At the same time, I can contextualize that to another role, like a medical opinion coder, who can say that, hey, do you think that this modifier makes sense here, or is it likely that my claim is going to be rejected? So it's always an underlying intelligence fabric, and we do this by working outside of the core systems and not necessarily inside. Because if you look at it, a lot of optimization that is possible, or the revenue leaks, so to say, in the healthcare space, happens outside of the core systems and not within them. Just because they are meant to do the workflows and processes and workflows that happen, but the centricity of the patient gets lost. And revenue, we always look at whether a provider has given a service to a patient and whether we are obtaining that or not. So when it moves from the patient centricity to a process centricity, it kind of drifts. And that's why working out of the system will still provide the benefit to the stakeholders.
Fascinating. Dynamic thinking, intelligent platform.